All right, everybody, here's the big update, or at least we'll see how big we go. I'm in my hotel room in Cruzeiro do Sul. It is a city of 90,000 people that has been carved into the Amazon jungle. Not, not exactly loving that happened once upon a time, as this forest was cleared for people, and yet such is life these days. That being said, there are incredible people here, some of the most heartfelt, warm, kind, generous, caring people that I have met in a long time. And behind me, I posted a few videos of my hotel room already, and so I'll try to do my next update from the jungle itself. Although usually people are quite sensitive to having cameras in the forest, although as long as I'm pointing it at nature or myself, everyone seems pretty comfortable with that. That being said, yeah, I was just sharing a story with my uncle Ken, who, in the last tribe that I visited, I met a woman who was 128 years old. Now, I'm still in disbelief, and yet she was born before, she was born in 1895. She's been around, she's probably the oldest woman on the planet right now, and she's never seen a medical doctor. She's never eaten processed sugar. She's never eaten meat raised in factory farm slaughterhouses. And I do believe that is the main reason why she is 128, because she's living with the power of nature, the power of love, and the force that unites us all. And so that is why I am here. Now, I came to the Awanawa tribe village, also called the Sacred Village, and I quickly learned that place was not for me, and that it was I don't want to say this publicly, but just not in it for genuine reasons. I feel like, yeah, just the short and sweet, finances, I feel like, have corrupted many of the tribes here, as they have many, many places in the world. And yet, thank God, I was able to connect with my heart and be guided through spirit to a 50-kilometer hike from a 3-hour boat ride deep into the jungle, of which I met this woman and her boys and her girls, her sons and daughters, her grandchildren. And these were some of the healthiest and happiest people I've ever met. They eat like kings and queens and princes and princesses, and they play soccer, and they don't sing or listen to as much music as the Awanawa. In fact, the Awanawa, I would say, specialize in their music, and their music is incredible. That was definitely the highlight of my visit with that tribe. However, these people, they're warrior people, and they live in the land and with the land, and they hunt and they gather, and everything that we ate came from either the river or from the trees and the plants that they grew themselves. The tobacco in the hape that we were taking in ceremony, you can Google that. It's HAP with HAPE with a little apostrophe. Sometimes it's called looks like RAPE, which is definitely confusing. In fact, perhaps it should get a new name because of its, but it is sacred tobacco medicine, and it did amazing things for me in ceremony. In fact, before I get to that, you might be wondering what this is. This is plant paint, and so there's a plant. Hold on a second, I've got one. It's a fruit. They're a little, this is normally really red, and I'm not quite sure how it works yet, but they somehow process this into a black pigment that they then paint on you, and then your skin reacts to it, and then it becomes a permanent body paint or tattoo for about a week or 10 days. Now, one person, a good friend of mine, Keanu, I'm just going to call you out, and thanks for reaching out, but he was he saw this, and he actually thought that I had committed, tried to hang myself. So just so everyone knows, that is the furthest thing from anything that I've ever even considered in the last several years. There were some darker days when, I wasn't connected with my true self, and I was, I had fallen into the abyss of society, I guess, the matrix, whatever you want to call it, not to get too spiritual on this Facebook update or YouTube update, wherever it's being posted, but yeah, when I disconnected from myself, when I was wearing shoes, not connecting with the earth, when I wasn't seeing sunshine, when I wasn't dancing with my community, when I wasn't eating well, I went into a depression. And that's why I do believe, in fact, I feel like I know, especially after reading Dr. Gabor Mate's book, The Myth of Normal, why depression exists and why people suffer. And my uncle just said he doesn't understand the logic of why I would want to move into a place where people are happy and healthy. Uncle Ken, maybe you should come down, and before you knock it, come and try it. That being said, this one tribe in particular, you have to earn your visit there. You can't buy your way in. And so, anyways, the animals I saw, the nature that I connected with, the insects. We got a little fly here trying to get out. Let's let him out. In fact, if it's not too noisy, we'll finish our chat like this with our little sunset down the hall. I'm paying like $40 Canadian for this room, which is pretty sweet. And I'm getting ready to head back into the jungle one more time before heading home to Canada for a few days to repack, reorganize my life, and then head to Costa Rica. That's my current plan for a month. And then I'll likely be heading back to Brazil. Whoa, those puppies. Right there are a couple of border collies that are lovely. Border collie Aussie Shepherds, I think. And I keep meaning to bring them treats, but I keep forgetting. But anyways, side tangent. Focus. Life here for myself is great. I'm helping homeless people. I'm feeding homeless cats and dogs. I bought a bunch of burgers yesterday and fed a couple of gentlemen on the street, and then ran out of people to give burgers to, and so I found some dogs that were going bananas for cheeseburgers, and I'm not allowed to eat red meat, have sex, or eat anything on a flame for the next, I think, 5 days, and that's part of the it's called a diet, or a sacred ceremony practice, after which I did a healing ritual with one of the most incredible healers in the jungle here in Brazil. All right, we'll close that. Yeah, so I did some amazing work with him, and prayers for love, for peace, and for forgiveness for all of the absolutely horrific things that humanity has done to nature and continues to do to nature and itself. Every day I look around here, and from the pollution to the way that people treat each other and animals is heartbreaking, to say the least. But I'm using my practices and my tools, and I'm doing exceptionally well and holding strong and shining my light. And people, I don't think, really know what to make of me, as you may not even know what to make of me right now. I'll actually gonna say I had like this whole like tribal design printed on my chest. Here is these are burn marks. I literally got burned with a bamboo rod, and then they put the secretion from a toad, which is illegal, into my body. And it did incredible things for me. I did it 4 separate occasions, and every time I threw up beyond belief, and yet afterwards it literally is an enema, a natural enema, and one that once you get good at, which thanks to my ceremonies in the past, I've gotten really good at throwing up and getting back to my spiritual work as quickly as possible. I was able to go through that process with grace and smiles, and I'm feeling amazing. I have like more tribal designs on my arm. Got like, I don't know if you can really see that. I'm actually like putting on weight for the first time in years. I'm actually like super fit, and my knee, after 6 months of no recovery in Canada, is, I'm gonna say, 90% healed now. So I'm really excited to start dancing again, because people here don't really dance. It's not really a thing. I think people are kind of too sad and too, I don't know, I don't want to say disconnected, but dancing's not a thing here yet. Or at least I did miss a party, but I think there was a lot of drugs involved in that, so hard to say. Anyways, short and sweet. I've had an incredible time. Like, absolutely had no idea that this is what I wanted, but I had no idea this is, I thought I was going to get it in like 10, 11 days and then hang out in the forest and go home. But no, I'm being